Welcome to this edition of Ethical Sustainable Investment News and Analysis to Profit By. I'm Ron Robbins, an ethical investing pioneer for over 40 years, quoted in the Wall Street Journal, MarketWatch, the Globe and Mail, and numerous other media, and founder of the highly respected global ethical sustainable investing information website, Investing for the Soul. And please listen to my disclaimer statement at the end of this podcast. Now enjoy this podcast. Hello, Ron Robbins here. I hope you had a good time over the holidays, despite the virus concerns, and are now ready to prosper in the year ahead. So welcome to podcast episode 74, published on January 14th, 2022, titled Best ESG Stocks and Funds for 2022, and presented by Investing for the Soul. Investingforthesoul.com is your site for vital global ethical and sustainable investing news, commentary, information, and resources. Remember that you can find a full transcript, links to content, including stock symbols, quotes, and bonus material at this episode's podcast page located at investingforthesoul.com/podcasts. Now, just a reminder, I do not evaluate any of the stocks or funds mentioned in this podcast. Furthermore, if you're concerned about the ESG and sustainability ratings of any stock or fund included in this podcast, check your broker's online site for such information. If your broker doesn't have this information, sign up for free with Morningstar, and you can gain access to company and fund ESG sustainability ratings. Please note, I receive no compensation from Morningstar or anyone else covered in these podcasts. Also, if any terms are unfamiliar to you, simply Google them. Now, it seems the new year has spurned many new articles recommending ethical and sustainable stocks and funds. So I'm going to do something different in this podcast. For each of the 19 articles, yes, 19 articles, I'm going to give you the title, name of the author or authors, the site in which it appeared, and the stocks or funds recommended in that article, where possible. Articles will be appropriately grouped, though not in any order. I might seem a little repetitive, but I believe you'll find it terrifically informative with great investment ideas. Incidentally, do go to this episode's podcast page for links to all the articles, stocks, and funds, etc. So let's begin, starting with those articles that don't fit any defined category, what I call general in nature. 1. Title: The Just 100 List by Just Capital, found on CNBC.com. Quote, research non-profit Just Capital's annual analysis of corporate performance is a comprehensive ranking of companies on ESG issues critical to stakeholders, from their workers and shareholders to customers, communities, and the environment. These are the 100 top-performing companies across all industries for 2022, evaluated across a wide range of metrics, including efforts to combat climate change, diversity, equity and inclusion, worker wellness and local job creation, and customer privacy. End quote. 2. Title: 3 Funds for Investing in the Transition to a Sustainable Economy by Melissa Scaramellini, appeared on whatinvestment.com Funds reviewed and recommended are Legal and General Future World ESG Development Index Fund, the BMO Responsible Global Equity Fund, and Regnan Global Equity Impact Solutions Fund. These are UK or European funds. 3. Title: 2 Stocks to Buy When the Next Market Crash Comes, by Rich Dupre. Seen on NASDAQ.com. Stocks featured are Chipotle Mexican Grill and Netflix. 4. Title: VegTech Plant-based Innovation and Climate ETF launches on New York Stock Exchange, by Olivia Nelson on foodingredientsfirst.com. Quote, "We are excited to be what we believe is the first pure-play ETF that invests in companies innovating with plants and producing animal-free products," says VegTech Invest CEO and CMO Elizabeth Alfano. End quote. Is that going to be another Beyond Meat type of thing? Well, we'll see. 5. Title: Top 10 Most Popular Investment Trusts, December 2021, by Carl Caldwell on ii.co.uk. These are UK funds. I haven't listed them all as a bit too many. 6. Title: Start ESG Investing in 2022 with these 5 ETFs, by Catherine Brock on Fool.com. ETFs recommended are Financial Select Spider Fund, that's SPDR Fund, Vanguard ESG US Stock ETF, iShares MSCI KLD 400 Social ETF, iShares Global Clean Energy ETF, and SPDR SPDR S&P 500 Fossil Fuel Reserves Free ETF. 7. Title: Wahid debuts first Sharia-compliant and ESG-aware ETF on NASDAQ. Press release was seen on BusinessWire.com. Quote, "The Wahid Dow Jones Islamic World ETF seeks long-term capital appreciation and looks to provide investors access to international ex-US investments that seek to better align with their values." End quote. 8. Title: Investment Themes to Play Heading into 2022. 4 Fund Picks by Zacks Equity Research. Their fund picks are Fidelity Select Biotechnology Portfolio, Calvert Equity Fund Class A, New Alternatives Fund Class A, and Parnassus Mid-Cap Growth Fund Investor. 9. Title: Invest with Your Conscience. 7 Socially Responsible Investment Funds by Sarah Lozanova, found on earth911.com. Her fund picks are Parnassus Endeavor Investor, Parnassus Midcap, Spider SPDR SSGA Gender Diversity Index, Vanguard FTSE Social Index Fund Investor Shares, Invesco ESG NASDAQ 100 ETF, ESG NASDAQ Next Gen 100 ETF, and Vanguard ESG US Stock ETF. The article has a good comparison chart of these funds too. Next category, B, under Renewable Energy. 1. Title: 5 Best Solar Energy Companies of 2022 by unknown sponsor on dmagazine.com. Companies reviewed and recommended are, quote, SunPower, overall best solar energy system, Vivint Solar, premium services for residential solar energy systems, SunPro Solar, most affordable solar power systems, Tesla, most efficient solar panel on the market, and Sunrun, best for customized solar energy systems. End quote. 2. Title: My Top Renewable Energy Stock to Buy Right Now by Ruben Greg Brewer. Appeared on Fool.com. His stock pick is Enbridge. 3. Title: 3 Alternative Energy Mutual Funds for 2022 by Stephanie Thompson on dailyinvestorhub.com. The 3 picks are Guinness Atkinson Alternative Energy Fund, New Alternatives Fund Class A, and Shelton Green Alpha Fund. 4. Title: 3 Alternative Energy Stocks to Buy Amid Insufficient H2 Investment by Aparita Dutta, found on Zacks.com. Her picks are, and with free reports, Evergy, Chesapeake Energy, and Ameresco. 5. Title: 5 Clean Energy Stocks to Watch Amid U.S. Renewables Revolution. Again, by Aparita Dutta, and on Zacks.com again. Her choices, in addition to those above, are Enphase Energy and First Solar. 6. Title: 3 Top Renewable Energy Stocks for 2022, found on Nasdaq.com. Authors Travis Hoyam likes SunPower, Howard Smith picks Atlantica Sustainable Infrastructure, and Daniel Fulber chooses ChargePoint Holdings. 7. Title: Think Lucid and Rivian are overvalued? Buy these alternative energy growth stocks instead. It's by Travis Hoyam, Howard Smith, and Daniel Fulber again. Quote, 3 of our Fool.com contributors think First Solar, Enphase Energy, and Brookfield Renewable Corporation are well positioned heading into 2022. End quote. 8. Title: 3 renewable stocks set to continue their winning streak in 2022. Again by Aparita Dutta, but this time found on yahoofinance.com. Her choices are Evergy, Ameresco, and Texas Pacific Land. 9. Title: Top Alternative Energy Stocks for Q1 2022 by Stephanie Thompson. Stocks include Dayco New Energy Corp., Renewable Energy Group Inc., SunPower Corp., Advent Technologies Holdings Inc., Canadian Solar Inc., Ameresco Inc., NextEra Energy Partners LP, and NextEra Energy Inc. So that's that under that category. Now under infrastructure, we have just one title, 2 under the radar infrastructure stocks to buy in 2022 and beyond by Brett Schaefer on Fool.com. The 2 stocks are Autodesk and American Tower. Well, there we are for this podcast titled Best ESG Stocks and Funds for 2022. 19 articles full of great ethical and sustainable investing ideas. To get all their links, stock symbols, or to read the transcript of this podcast and more, go to investingforthesoul.com /podcasts and scroll down to this episode. Also, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you download or listen to this podcast. And please click the share buttons to share this podcast with your friends and family. Let's promote a better post-COVID world through ethical and sustainable investing. Contact me if you have any questions. Do stay well and healthy and conscious about the ethical and sustainable values of your investments. Thank you for listening. Talk to you next on January 28th. Bye for now. Learn how to create a simple portfolio reflecting your personal values by taking my 1-hour tutorial. Go to investingforthesoul.com/podcasts and click the link in the right-hand column for my DIY Ethical Sustainable Investing Pays tutorial. Now, I'll mention in the podcast if I have any direct interest or holdings in companies or securities I'm talking about. Furthermore, any news, opinions, analysis, or other information offered by myself, as well as references and information to or from other external sources in this podcast, is provided as general market information and should not be relied upon and thus does not constitute investment advice. Investors should consult their own licensed investment professional before making investments. Also, I will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on information in this podcast. Do contact me at ronr@investingforthesoul.com. Signing off, this is Ron Robbins.